Well, there are lots of things that have to be considered. So, at the root of a decision is always around the safety of students and staff. So I have to balance that with really wanting to conclude the school year with as much education, sound education as possible. When you're in the moment, it's really around a couple of things like the intensity of the storm, the duration of the storm, the individual features of the storm. Like the last one, we had a lot of wind, and the wind can cause power outages and trees coming down. So if I have buses going along the roads and a tree comes down, that's a bad thing. Or if I can even get everybody to school, but the power goes out, then I'm caught again. So, you have to think about if you cancel school or delay school, or if you have an early release, what will the impact be on parents or on staff members? So pretty typically in the morning, I'm up around 4:30 to call school off or to delay school by 5 o'clock. Even if I'm ready to go at 5 o'clock or thereabouts, then I have to contact the news agencies. I have to put out a Connect Ed. I have to contact my staff. My principals get texts to tell them to, start alerting everybody. So even if I make a decision at or about 5 o'clock, it's not usually till 5:30 that the messages are really transmitted. If there's a really difficult storm that we're on, we don't have that much snow, but it's kind of slippery out, or if the storm is subsiding and the news is saying one thing, but the evidence outside is saying something different, then it may take a couple more minutes. I have a couple more minutes to afford, but I've got to make a decision by 5:30 or so, because if 6 o'clock rolls around, everybody's on the road and they're ready to go. Pretty typically, there's a pretty big margin of error, so I stay within the safe zone as much as I can, and I can say that there's been maybe only one or two times in my whole career that my decision or our decision, when I wasn't superintendent, it was a group decision, when we were off by a little bit and we had our fingers crossed.